We've leveled up our long-term 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness with a set of the all-new Falken Wildpeak AT4W all-terrain tires. Is this a match made in off-roading heaven? We're going to find out right now on Driving Sports TV. About 6 months ago, Subaru gave us the keys to this 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness, so we could spend several months making lots of different videos testing its capabilities. And we made a lot of them. Everything from climbing a mountain in Utah to tackling deep snow at our mountain test course. So what's next? Tires, of course. We're upgrading from the Yokohama Geolanders it came with to the all-new Falken Wildpeak AT4W all-terrain tires. They're a follow-up to Falken's AT4W, which is very popular in the off-road scene. Now clearly you can see a massive difference in the tread block design. I don't mind this tire for an OEM trail tire. It's actually very capable, it's good in snow and ice, and it's very quiet on the highway. However, in conditions like this, a little more capability can go a long way. So, got rid of that. And this is the Falken Wildpeak AT4W. Not only does it have much deeper tread blocks than the Yokohama, it also has more aggressive siping for ice and snow. And one thing that you don't really see very easily is this actually has little divots on the inside of the tire to help it eject rocks. So you're not just building up garbage inside your tread blocks. Because even the best treads on the planet, if they're fully loaded with mud or dirt, they basically become slicks. Not a good thing. But that is also why this is not a mud tire. A mud tire will have even larger vacancies between the blocks to even help evacuate more mud. But I think this, as an all-terrain tire, is a really great choice because it just works in so many conditions. We also have this design on the side, and that's not just for looks, although it does look pretty cool. It's also to improve grip on V cuts when you're climbing up stuff, and it also prevents rocks from puncturing the sides. So overall, we have a tire here that's very well thought out and should be a great follow-up to the very popular AT4W. Given the size and capabilities of this little Crosstrek, I think today we're going to have a lot of fun. The Tahuya off-road park here on the Washington Peninsula is a really challenging place. Very popular with Jeeps, lifted 4Runners. I even saw a Suzuki Samurai running around on, I think we're 37s. But, you know, to get you to the point, there's some really hard trails here. And I always like bringing vehicles like the Crosstrek out here because we get that look from people who are watching going, what, you brought a Crosstrek here? Now, it's not all like impassable rock climbs. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here we can do to test out the capabilities of this little crossover. And this little crossover was already pretty capable. I mean, with a Boxer 4-cylinder engine, it outputs 182 horsepower, 176 pound-feet of torque. It's not fast, but it's plenty for stuff like this. Also, with 9.3 inches of ground clearance, we can get over most of the stuff here. Now, obviously, the real big problems are going to be like the massive rock climbs, but this is a production vehicle. It doesn't matter what tire you put on it. It's not getting up something that it can't clear. So let's talk about the tires here. The Yokohama Geolanders are very good tires for an OEM trail tire. But once you put on a more capable tire like these Wildpeak AT4Ws, things only get better. Also, when I picked out these tires, I went with a slightly larger sidewall that gives us slightly more ground clearance, which is good. And I'm going to pay attention to see if there's any rubbing here because, you know, you go to a slightly bigger tire, sometimes there will be some rubbing. So we're going to listen for that to see if that's an issue. Other than that, I think we're ready to go. Let's head out and explore some trails and see how well this little Crosstrek does. Okay, so I am going to start right off the bat with X mode on because I know I'm going to need it. Even though this section is not particularly difficult, we are going to lift some tires here and there. And of course, once you lift a tire, it doesn't matter what kind of traction you have, it is going to be difficult to move forward if the vehicle cannot shift power around. But thankfully we have X mode, which helps shift power from wheels without grip to wheels with grip. And like all off-road parks, got to be really careful of the big boulders kind of sticking out of the ground, because you can think you're home clear and then bam, there goes your underside. So the price of the Subaru Crosstrek is $35,560 US, as you see it equipped here. Obviously, there's the additional cost on the tires, but once you put all of that together, you get a very capable little vehicle. Okay, this is where I want X mode to kick in. I'm just going to keep the throttle on, slowly increase throttle. It thinks there's a tree in the way, so that was obstacle detection kicking in. I actually need to turn that off in a moment. Let's clear this. Okay. Already things are getting interesting. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit the button over here, and let's turn off driving assistance, pre-collision braking. Let's turn that off. Okay. The rocks and through the water. Okay, there we go. Now, right here is a feature that I think is going to be really fun. So this is our first challenge course. It's called High Road. This is a very aggressive hill climb with sides that curve up. So having traction on the side of your all-terrain tire can actually be really valuable in conditions like this. Now, in terms of conditions, yeah, it's wet, it's slimy. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a couple things playing against me here. Number one, I do not have a front camera on this vehicle, so I'm going to have to eyeball it. And number two, it's gravity. If these tires are insufficient in terms of grip, then we're just going to slide. Now, to my favor, this vehicle actually does have hill descent control built into X mode. Every Subaru does. When you enter X mode, it'll ease you down at the speed of your approach. So I'm just easing in very slowly, and now I'm just going to lift my foot off the brake. And then it grabs and eases us down. The whole point of this, yep, see we're slipping a little bit? It's doing its best to counter gravity. Science versus gravity. Now I gotta watch for this big boulder on the right, because there's no way we're gonna clear that. So, gonna go to the left here. Sure we don't slide into the boulder and take a wheel out. Nah, we're good. Okay, now that we flipped around, it's time to go back up. And this one, I'm gonna carry a little momentum with me, just for safety. Now, if I keep the speed under 20 something, I think it's 25, 22, somewhere around there, then X mode will aggressively shift power side to side. Oh yeah, that's where we're digging deep. And we're using the sidewall of the tire to help us get this up this little chute-shaped climb. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And of course, what you probably could see on film there was how power was shifting between the wheels, from the wheel with slip to the wheel with grip. And thankfully, because we have the AT4Ws on, we have more grip than what a Crosstrek would normally have. Keep going through the trees here. This is a great trail for small vehicles, and I've seen people take full-size vehicles through this as well too, but I gotta say, they are kind of crazy. It's not something I would want to do personally. That doesn't sound like fun when you're nervous about taking a body panel off. Of course, if it's a purpose-built weekend fun car, then that's a totally different story. But for production cars, yeah. I think I'll leave the full-sizers at home. Can watch that. Oh, we're so narrow. I really want a front camera on this. I'm going to stop complaining about it, though, because I think I've said it enough times. Watch those body panels. Now, one thing cool about the Subaru Crosstrek is Subaru said that each of these cladding panels are replaceable. So you don't have to like remove an entire massive piece of metal. You just take the piece of plastic off and put a new one on, or maybe your dealer does. I don't know how hard or easy that's going to be. These haven't been around long enough to really have an answer to that. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So far, these tires doing great. Now, I am running factory pressures. What's my factory pressures at? My tire pressures are currently at 34 all around. I could air down, but so far, not really needed. And also keeping a lot of pressure in the tire is really stressing the design of the tire. If we reduce pressures, we will get even more grip. But frankly, for people who drive on like private roads like this, who just want to go out for the weekend, they're not always going to want to air down, because after you air down, you got to air back up, which means either you have to find a gas station with an air pump that actually works, a very rare thing these days it seems, or you have to bring your own pump with you, which not everybody does. Although you can get battery powered ones and really cool, so there's kind of no excuse anymore, but it's just kind of a weird thing most people don't do. Man, this thing's doing great. Between these tires and X mode, I've got grip for days. But we're not out of the woods yet. See what I did there? We got a lot more once we get out of this forest. Pro tip, by the way, when off-roading, don't put your thumbs inside the wheel. Keep them outside so that if you hit a stump hard or a rock and the wheel spins because the steering is knocked, you don't want your thumbs in there because the spinning wheel can break your thumbs. So you keep them outside so you have control, but the wheel's not gonna bite you. And let's hit the splash zone. Whoosh. Let's do a water crossing. Now we did this in the Forester Wilderness. I think it's kind of a rite of passage for any of our long-termers. I have no idea how deep this is. It looks about as deep as it was last time. The general rule of thumb is you don't know what's under that water. I'm guessing I know what's under there because I drove through here about a year ago. It was fine, but there could be a boulder, there could be a really deep ditch. You just don't know, so you're always taking a chance. The next thing you really have to be careful about is hydro-locking the motor. That means bringing water into the engine. Engines don't work very well when they're full of water, so we have to be really careful here. My personal rule of thumb is to not go over the front badge. However, Subaru's official word is definitely not over the axles of the vehicle. I think here we're going to be somewhere in between, so let's give it a shot. Now I'm going to go slow, I'm going to keep a very steady pace, and I'm going to try to keep a bow wave in front of the vehicle. And here we go. And I'm also relying on these tires to actually get me through this. Oh, it's not as deep as I thought it was. I mean, it's not shallow, but keep it moving, just keep it moving. Now there's two reasons for momentum. First off, if you hit something challenging, it'll get you through it. And the second thing is it keeps that bow wave in front, so you have less water splashing back, which raises the water level. Okay, well that wasn't so bad. Survived! On to the next thing. And I got another hill climb to get out of the hole, so we're just gonna scamper on up. Keep that throttle steady. Yeah, no problem at all. Nice. I don't know if I can make this. It's feel for breakover. Oh, we did it! Nice. Oh, what do I got there? Do I got a rock in front of me? I felt a little thump at low speed, but let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, there's a tree stump there. That is why a front camera is so useful. Sometimes there's this stuff you just don't see. But I think if I go to the right, I'll be fine. Or left, or whatever it is. Yeah, that'll be fine. I could have rolled over that and high centered on it, and that would have been really bad. Let's see what we got here. Where's that log? Yeah, there we are. Think we'll be good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. So here's a trail I've never done. It's called the 55 Trail. Now at first glance, yeah, I think I can make it up. The fact that this vehicle is so narrow is hugely advantageous on a trail like this. Now, of course, I have X mode on, and I'm going to try to avoid hitting Nick up here. The biggest issue is going to be these roots, which make traction very difficult. See if we can clear this one here. Slow approach. Up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's try to do 2-pedal here. Make sure we clear. Yeah, we're good. Okay, and roll on through. Up, back. Of course, the front goes through, the back needs to go through next. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a breakover challenge. Is 9 point whatever inches going to be enough? Now, I do also want to point out, I don't have underbody protection on this vehicle, just the stock little aluminum plate that Subaru puts on these from the factory. So, yeah. See, I'm going to go as close to the stump over here as I can and hope I don't hit that rock on the right. Again, a camera would be awesome, but you work with what you got. Now I got to step up on these roots over here and hope I don't shift around too much. Let that power shift do its thing. Up and over. Yeah, with enough grip, enough clearance, anything is possible. Did it. Ha! Now I wonder what it's like up here. I'm definitely not taking that way. The one on the right, no, that's not happening. Come on, let's go. Get that power shift. Now this does have me thinking maybe I should consider airing down the tires, but nope, not yet. Let's see how far we can get here. Oh, there we go, up and over. Now this is why you go as slow as possible, because if you hit something, like I am now sitting over here, so you can see our breakover was not successful. So because I was going so slow, hopefully I can back right out of this. So I'm adding a little throttle. Yep, there we go. Now let's see, with a little angle, I'm gonna have to take a look at this and see what we got. With a little angle, I might be able to successfully get over this. Oh yeah, I got lots of room over here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go this way, and then we can go on. Listen for more scraping. Lift that wheel off the back. And down we go. And seatbelt back on for safety. Okay, let's see what else we got up here. There, we got to climb up. I don't really know where this goes. Oh, we got a lot of left-right action here because it has undulations. Go high around the corner. Oh, more undulations. So I'm going to brake it this way, pop that way, try to tilt down. So this is actually where I would really like to have, like, you know, lockers and stuff, because I wouldn't have so much wheel spin. Yeah. Are we gonna scrape? No. Oop. Okay, up and out. Nice. Now I gotta watch that rock on the right. I'm gonna hit this rhododendron on the left. I believe it's a state flower of Washington, by the way, the rhodie. They grow everywhere in the wild here. Grip to the rescue. Oh, this might be the end of our journey here. Oh, this may not work. Nope, it looks good. I couldn't tell with my sight lines because the road just disappeared, but there's enough slope here I think we'll be okay. This is a great trail. Over the rise. Are we gonna grind? No. Are we gonna scrape the nose? Probably. Actually, I'm gonna go left. Ha! We are doing it. We are getting through this Jeep trail. Thank you very much. So, is it impossible for a tire like the Yokohama Geolandar OEM tire that comes with the Subarus Is it impossible for it to do a trail like this? Probably not. But I would guarantee you are going to struggle even more than we already are struggling right now. These AT4Ws are doing an amazing job on this. Because though I haven't done this exact trail, oop, we're hooking up. Let's watch that. Let's see. This is where I have to get out and take a look at the angle. Go to the right. Always to the right, it seems, on this trail. Should break over here, and I'm gonna go left. Little grinding as it come off. Yeah, we're all good. Go that way, go back out. Now we'll try this. We'll go up the berm on the right. If we can get up on the berm on the right enough. We got this, we got this. Whoa, we did it, cleared it. A little, mostly. Just metal, it's fine. Now I'm riding the sides a little bit to help elevate the vehicle a little. I'm not going down the dead middle of the trail. But yeah, no problem. Oh, can't see again. There is a rock right in the middle. A little concerned I'm going to hit it on my way down with my diff. If you are going to do this with your Subaru Crosstrek, no matter what tires you are running, I would highly recommend getting underbody armor. Personally, I've used the primitive stuff in the past. It's worked really well. Basically, you throw some Wildpeak AT4Ws, throw some body armor on, and these little guys are almost unstoppable. Almost. Of course, I haven't gotten out of this trail yet. Ha. Get this without hitting. Got a bit of puddle here. Oh. Okay, this looks complicated. We'll be able to get up it, I think, but I'm a little concerned about the breakover. So let me take a look here. We're gonna lift wheels here, that's fine. We get up here, good. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Basically, I'm just gonna straddle these guys right there. Oh, that's a drop. Okay, and then I need to go over here. I think if we do this. Oh, well. Okay. That's not a problem. Not a problem. Problem. Nah, enough angle. I can get that. I'll keep a wheel up on the Salal side. Okay. Let's climb a very bumpy rise. See how this goes. So I'm going to keep a little momentum to get through these because I know they're not the big deal. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, now I'm going to go to the right. And I want to keep on top of this route as much as possible. Man, that's a lot of tire action going on there. How am I doing on this route? I think it looks pretty good. Hard left here. Oh yeah, you're doing it. Now this is gonna drop my right side down a lot. So we can do that without scraping. Hopefully these AT4Ws hold their lateral grip. Because if we start sliding, we could high center pretty easily. Okay, we're at a 19-degree tilt. I'm gonna start coming down now. The biggest problem with tilts is when you put the brakes on, peaked out at 20 there. put the brakes on and you actually get too much momentum, and then you can roll. I don't think I was not even close to rolling there, but that's just, you know, in general, a good thing to understand. Go more left. Got a rock here. Is that rock gonna hang up on the bottom side? Hit something critical? Yep, we're hitting. Angles. Man, one more inch. Up, we got it though. We are getting through this. I need some fan on though, because my window is fogging up now. Okay, let's see. Listen for the grind. A little grind, but my rear wheels are lifting. So I think we're good. We're good. And away we go. Ha! Just when I think this Subaru can't, it can. This thing's pretty incredible. Okay, although I keep thinking the next obstacle is maybe gonna be the last one, but I don't know, I got through all these so far. Let's check out what we got here. Boulder bypass. We got this. Let's do it. So I just noticed that there's something hanging down underneath the car. That's actually a piece of sound deadening fabric. It's nothing important. To the right. Through the Salal. Scratches be darned. Come on, you got this. Shift that power. Now I don't want to like thrust over because I could possibly hang up, and that would be the end of our adventure. Which way are we going here? Let's go this way. So normally you might be saying, well, Ryan, you are not supposed to do this stuff to a press car. That is true. However, I need to inform you that this is a long-term loaner. Different rules apply. And I asked. Up over the rise, into the shrubs, scratch the left maybe. Yeah, a little grind, but we're good. A little more right. There we go. Up and over. Doing it. Boy, they really like the rises here. I don't know if we can cut this one far enough. Ooh, yep, we got it. We got it. I'm starting to learn the car now. Oh my gosh, it just keeps on going. Let's see what we got here. Trail improvement. Oh yeah, this isn't so bad. Everything always looks worse from behind the driver's seat. It's a funny thing. Because you're sitting so low, you're looking at the berms. You're not looking up and over them. I guess unless you're in like a lifted pickup. So that's an advantage with a lifted pickup. Let's keep it up. Still have X mode snow dirt on. We're gonna see if we can get through this entire trail. Up and over. Yeah, okay, I need to choose an adventure here. I think it's to the left. Oh yeah, it's clearly to the left. Man, they like their drops here. Keep that berm on the right. Oh, tilt down, there we go. Okay, all of you people who say I could drive a Camry through that, you still saying that? I mean, you might be able to make it once through here, but that car is going to be done at the end of the day. And I like it when cars can go through stuff and still keep on moving. Yeah, we got that. We got that. It seems like for this trail, Subaru has the magic amount of breakover. It just does. Oh, lordy. Seriously, what's the expectation here? I think the expectation is to rip the back bumper off. Ooh. Good thing these sidewalls are extra durable on the AT4Ws. I mean, the rocks aren't sharp here, but there are a lot of sticks, stumps, and some rocks in very uncomfortable positions. By the way, most of the greenery you see around here are called salal. They're little round leaves. They're native to the area. I grew up on an island where they were all over the place. I have fond memories of salal, playing in it as a child. I don't know if I'll ever live in a place that doesn't have natural salal. I believe the native tribes that lived here harvested the berries for stuff, although they're not really good for eating, so I'm not sure what they did with those. Now, other Jeeps have come through here before we came down here, so I assume this goes somewhere. But to where, I do not know. Okay, that's a good turnaround spot if we need it, and a massive ditch. Yeah, that's a ditch, all right. We've got to be coming out to the street pretty soon. Cut left as much as I can, right against this stump. Hi, Salal. Okay, and there we go. Yeah. Cut to the side. There we go, a little grind. Yeah, just a little, just a little. Although I do believe I have less fabric than I started with now on the underside. Our sound deadening isn't what it used to be. Oh, we're gonna go this way, I think. Yeah, let's do that. And then watch the log there. Gonna teeter-totter over the log. There we go. Gravity can be your friend. Or your worst enemy. So would I bring my Raptor out here? No, and the reason, first off, I own it, but the second point, which is probably more important, is the fact that it's really wide for a few of these gaps. Too wide to get through without scratching something. Or breaking something off completely. The clearance, the power, locking diffs would make it super easy and effective. Just the physical width of the vehicle could be a problem for some of the trails as narrow as some of these sections are. Could I get through it? Yeah, probably. But I don't think I would be enjoying it quite as much as I am with this vehicle. And it's not just because I don't own this vehicle, it's simply because this vehicle is small, compact, perfect for a little trail like this. Yeah, this is great. Go that way. I see a clearing in the distance. I think we are almost out of this trail. So hopefully this doesn't have like an absolutely atrocious gatekeeper when we get to the end of it. If it does, you know what? We'll just deal with it then. Got a bunch of roots here. So the big problem with roots is you can get a lot of lateral slide, especially when they're wet like today, and we are barely threading through these two trees. Remember that thing I was saying about not really want to take a Raptor out here because of the width issue? Yeah, this is it. Also, yeah, we're gonna start sliding towards the tree maybe. Oh, Wildpeaks get us through. Yeah. Okay. We got a big opening out here. I wonder what this is all about. What do we have here? A big clear cut. Ah, the sun. I've been in the woods for so long. It burns. Now the terrain has changed a little bit. Now we got like fist-sized rocks here and a bunch of pebbles, so things are looking a little different. Oh man, stumps. Can I get through this stump without hitting? Yes, got through. That is something I probably couldn't have gotten over with the stock Yokohama tires, because they wouldn't have had those knurled grips to be able to, you know, climb up and over it. Looks like we have a few more alley-oops here before we get out of the trail. But I think we'll be fine here. Although I'm gonna cut left on this one. Am I chickening out? Yeah. Around this. Now, up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You got this. Oh, yeah. See, that's why you don't want to bounce. Push the nose a little bit. Why is it always the last things are the hardest? This is as much of a gatekeeper as we have had so far. And I am getting through it. Hopefully I didn't throw a massive boulder at the end of this, or we'll have to drive all the way back out again, which I don't mind doing, but come on, I want to get home for dinner at some point. Okay, I think we've cleared the hearts. No, don't speak too soon. There are some alley-oopsies here, which are going to be problematic. Yeah, they made these more difficult than the rest of the trail. Up a little. Now, in case you're wondering why I haven't used the deep snow mud setting, all that really does is add additional wheel spin and is less aggressive at cutting power. So it's good for like when you're trying to get through slop, like mud, snow, stuff like that. I really thought we were going to scratch there. Oh, we're doing it. Yeah, it's a little scrape. After what we've been through, that's nothing. Okay. I think we have survived Trail 55. So, Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness equipped with Falken Wildpeak all-terrain tires. Is this thing unstoppable? Yeah, pretty much. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching.